Today, we're sitting down with Cindy Hensley, a mortgage professional, mom, and fitness enthusiast whose story is all about transformation and purpose. After years in a corporate job and living for the weekends, Cindy hit a breaking point that led her to completely change her life through the 75 Hard program. That journey gave her the confidence to start over, building a business that helps families turning renting into home ownership and create generational wealth. She's now blending fitness, finance, and faith into a brand that's inspiring others to take control of their lives, their mindset, and their future. Cindy, welcome to the Roots of Ambition.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hey. Let's go.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for having me.
Dude. Let's dive into this, man. So we were already talking about a bunch of things off air, right? Before I even get into that, thank you for giving us a moment of your time, right? Hopefully we can educate some people, point them in the right direction, and show them who you are exactly and what you can offer them, right? I'm more selfishly ready to hear what you can offer me. I like to be educated, you know what I'm saying? So let's jump into it, man. You want to start off with the question, brother?
Yeah. So we'll start with a simple question. So people that don't know you, like, how would you introduce yourself? Who is Cindy?
So I'm a mom and a wife, first and foremost.
That's right.
I have a 7-year-old daughter and my husband, Travis, and we live in Discovery Bay on the water. So we're big water people. I've done home loans for 15 years, and I'm very into health and fitness. And just my passion is just to be a good person and try to have really good energy and spread it. So, I think it's just all a domino effect. If you have good energy and you're a good person,
absolutely,
it makes the world a better place. And
and you attract more of that goodness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a firm believer in what you give out, you give back. So
absolutely.
One thing I learned recently going through my struggles was you got to give out love because that's what it's all about, right? That's what God is. God is love, man. The more love you give, the more love you get back.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, I saw some videos of you wakeboarding. That was pretty badass.
Thank you.
So we do this event at my work. Every year we go to this lake house. My boss owns a lake house. He has a boat. And forever, like, I can never get on top of the water. Just like I try.
Just like getting out of it, like pulling yourself up.
Yeah, pulling myself up. Like it's just you're just eating water, just dragging behind the boat. It's not fun.
You should try wake surfing though. Did you try wakeboarding or wake surfing?
I think it's wave surfing. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But so last year, I mean, really what it was, I just needed to get in better shape. Really, that's just the truth. So last year or the year before that, I was like, no. This year I'm gonna get in. So last year I finally got on top of the water. And I actually did it. I was like,
what's the difference?
So wake surf or wakeboarding is when you have a board and your feet are inside the bindings.
Oh,
so you have
I didn't do that. I did the other one.
Yes, but on a wakeboard and you're all the way back. But you go way faster wakeboarding and it hurts a lot more.
Oh, really?
So now that we're older, right, we do the surfing. So the surfing, it's still fun and it's harder if you've never done water sports before. But if you've done wakeboarding, you can pretty much surf.
Yeah, I did wave surfing is what we're doing because we're not attached. You just hold the board.
Wake surfing.
But the hard part, if you don't have the ability yet, is like even just holding the damn thing because you're supposed to hold it just with the edge of your feet.
Yeah.
While you're floating.
No way, bro.
But once you kind of get it, it does take a minute. So last year, it was the first time. I didn't do it for as long as I wish I could because then I got a migraine halfway through it and I was like, I had to stop. And then this year, I bought a balance board and I've been practicing.
Oh, really?
And we didn't do it this year. So I was like, damn it, this was my year.
We can go to her house.
I was going to say, we'll have to take you out. Travis is my husband. He's very good at it.
Oh, really?
He's very good at wake surfing, and he's a really good teacher, too. So I'll have to take you guys out.
He's a great coach, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is like I have a boat full of guys, right? There's like 10 guys, and everybody's just making fun of how bad you're. So it's not the best environment for learning, right? They're like throwing beers at you, and like
That's funny,
man. So let's. I got here. I was excited because Angel did he asked you some questions, right? And the first one that jumped out to me was your history with your just being born and raised in this whole area, Antioch, right, Brentwood, Discovery Bay, but your mom, right? That's one that really jumped out at me immediately. But she worked in the fields.
She did.
And then she became, along that line, she became a police officer for Brentwood, the first Latina.
Yep.
Can you just give us a quick rundown? Because that honestly, that is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So my grandma and grandpa and my mom has 5 sisters.
Okay.
And they all lived in a 1-bedroom home on Byron Highway. We pass it every time, and every time I see it, it's just crazy. She always tells me that we used to live there. But yeah, my mom and her sisters would work in the field, so they would work after school. Before school, go to school, and then anything that they got from that they would give them their money to their parents to help ends meet.
Yeah.
So obviously very strong work ethic. And then once she graduated high school, she went to the police academy, and she was the first police officer in Brentwood, awesome. California.
What's her name?
Bernice Arteaga.
Hey, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to you. Awesome, man.
That was awesome.
What inspired her do you know what inspired her to want to be a cop? Was it something that happened in her life, or was it just something she just impulsively said, bingo, that's what I want right
You know
there?
what? That's a good question. I've never asked her. I don't know.
Crazy.
I'm going to have to ask her. I don't know.
Send us a message. I'm sure.
I will.
Because that's a huge kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So your dad.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your dad.
So my dad, he came over to the States when he was 13. So he lived in Mexico.
Okay.
Same thing. They lived with all their family in a small home in Martinez. And same thing. They would work and, help their parents make ends meet. And just both very, never called in sick, just very hardworking people.
Yeah.
And my dad's, I call my mom, she's like where I get my, my confidence and like my, like I can do anything kind of. And then my dad is like he's just like this kind soul, and he is and he's the investor in the family. So that's how I kind of got into like the home loans. He read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh, yeah. Great book.
Yeah. And it got him into investing.
Oh.
So little by little, he started investing in properties, and it completely changed our life.
Right.
Because of
How
that.
old were you when that started changing?
So they bought their first they purchased a home when we were, I can't remember. This was when we were younger, a lot younger. And then when they purchased another one, instead of selling the home that they lived in, they rented that out.
Got it.
And then just little by little, they started pulling equity out and putting, down payment on another one, and then another one. And then, it was on and off. And then they ended up buying an apartment complex in Brentwood.
Damn.
And then ended up selling that. And so that's one of the main reasons why I'm in real estate and home loans.
And so did they talk to you and your siblings about, like, okay, this is the path? Or was it just you guys seen them do it? Or how was those conversations, those table conversations?
So we didn't really understand it when we were younger, right? Because we just, we were kids.
Yeah.
But growing up, we would start, especially more recent too, we would start asking questions. And then, and then that's when my dad, he's the guy that we always call, Dad, do you think this is a good deal? You know? So he's definitely, helped us a lot with that.
How old are your mom and dad?
63.
Oh, they're young.
63.
Damn, they're still
very
young,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Right.
They're still very young.
Wow.
So they were, how old were they when they had you guys?
So I think my mom was, I want to say 23, 22?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very young.
So do you know where your parents met? They met here in Brentwood?
Martinez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they went to they're high school sweethearts. They went to each other's senior balls and all that stuff. So
right on, man.
Still married.
Yeah.
After, long time.
Where in Mexico their background's from?
So my dad is from Tlaltenango, Zacatecas.
Oh.
And then my mom is from
the what?
Yeah, you say that, Salvador.
Yeah.
You're a lot better than me, dude. Where is he from?
It's called Tlaltenango, Zacatecas.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yeah, and then my mom's from Guadalajara.
Oh, okay, that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
That's-
So it's a little town, Trajumulco.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know Tlajumulco.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever go visit family over there once in a while? Do you?
We do. Well, my grandpa just passed away a couple years ago, so that's when we used to go to Zacatecas to go visit him.
Right on.
But my parents actually have a house in Tlaltenango, and they go Trajumulco. I'm sorry, and they go all the time. They're both retired, and they're just living the dream right now.
That was my question. Are they retired? So did your mom? Did she retire from the police?
No, she actually worked. Once my brother was born, she got kind of away. She stood back from the whole police. But she is now, or she used to be code enforcement, in charge of the code enforcement for the city of Brentwood.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my dad worked for the city of Brentwood as well. So they both retired from the city.
Right on.
Yeah.
And so they spend like half of the year over there, or just
not half of the year. I would say they go every 4 months for like a week or two. Yeah, they love it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Mexico
can't wait to get to that point.
Mexico with money in your pocket is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But bro, just like
Yeah.
that, just to be able to say I retired and I can live comfortably and to go do what I want. My kids are
nice.
doing well.
Yeah.
That's huge, man.
Yeah.
I mean, where I come from, some grandparents are almost 90 years old and they're still working, right?
Yeah.
Because they can't afford not to help the family.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, man, like what did you guys do terribly wrong over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of conversations or if your dad or your mom, did they ever like enforce education on you guys? Or was it like your decision, or was it like, no?
Oh,
Because
no.
where we come from, man, we gotta be our best and do our best.
Absolutely.
Right on.
Yeah, going college was not an option. We were going.
Right on.
So just a matter of where we were going. Both me and my brother went to Sac State.
Okay.
And I got my bachelor's degree in economics.
Right.
And then my brother in, I believe, business it was. But so we both went to Sac State, and education was a very big deal in our family.
Right on.
Yeah.
Important conversations you have with your parents, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right on.
And how do you think about now that you have a daughter? Like, is it gonna be the same thing? Like, you must? There's no option?
You know what?
I was gonna ask that question next, dude.
You know what? Up until maybe I would say like 3 or 4 years ago, education was she was going to go to school like we were.
Yeah.
But I don't know, lately,
See?
with
Go ahead,
everything
girl.
that I read and everything that I see, and, and even me, like looking back, the experience was amazing, right? You learn so much, and I think just, but we also miss so much, right?
Yeah.
We don't have that hands-on education that I think is really important, right? So, like, for example, depending on what you want to be, I think it's just important to go to maybe a trade school or something where it's specific to what you're trying to do. I don't know if it's necessary to go to college anymore.
But I think you said, like, what you said is exactly it. Is like, depending on what you want to be.
Right.
If you want to be in the trades, why are you going to college?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
you're just gonna waste money and time and experience, right?
Right.
Or
you can major in like business management. That wouldn't hurt, right?
Yeah. But if you're gonna take some random degree just so you can go to college that you're not gonna apply, or the biggest thing that AI is kind of making everybody question: if AI can take your job, why are you going to college? Like, pick a different thing for go to college.
Right.
Like,
is that job going to be around the next 20 years?
if it has to do with data analytics, if it has to do with programming, AI can do it. So it doesn't make any sense for you.
Right.
That's something that because Justin's 14, so I am like, I've always been like, you must. And then he's also in technology. Like, that's, programming, all that stuff is what he loves to do. And now I'm like questioning myself, like, and so I've been slowly like pushing, like, maybe you should look into trades. I still think if he wants to go to college and took like a business degree or something like that it can help you. But if he was to come and say, like, I want to be a programmer, I'm going to go to college for that, I would be like,
Yeah.
Maybe let's think of something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on the same boat too, man, like
Yeah.
for a while. And it's funny, I just sent my daughter to college.
You did?
Right? But I was like, man, I don't know. So I told her, man, you gotta go for, do something in business, right? Like do something, because I'm trying to promote, like, try to be your own boss.
Yes.
Create your own business.
1,000,000%.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I didn't have the education or the whereabouts or the right people around me to point me in that direction. I always had it in me. I just didn't get the confidence from my circle until I was able to remove myself from there and get to know new people, different people. Then I evolved much differently when I got around people who were smarter than me.
Yes.
Because I was like, not the smartest, but I was up there. But when I pulled out and I got into a circle where oh shit, I'm the dumbest dude here, bro.
That's where you want to be. That's when you know you're in the right spot.
Exactly,
100%.
right? And that's where I started downloading all kinds of information fast. So I told her, like, I think my goal is personally, selfishly, for me, is to try to get them to start their own businesses, right? Create their own legacy, their own lives, right? Depend on yourself, right? Would you want that same for your daughter eventually? Because you own your own business, right? You do your own thing,
So I work with under Supreme Lending, but I do I have to get my own book of business, so I have to figure. So if I don't go out and market and do all the things, I have to hustle. Then I don't get paid, right? We're 100% commission. So I would say that's like owning a business, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you get to how do you say it? You get to carry that needle as far as you want.
Exactly.
It's up to you.
Yep. Yeah. So I would say that is something that I would love Aubrey to do, to be her own boss, for sure. I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she's got you as a mom, for sure, for sure. She's got grandma and grandpa, and she got coach. Oh, yeah. Definitely, man.
She's set up for success.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's jump into it, man. So you go to college, right? Your parents were able to bless you with that, which is awesome, man. Hats off to your parents for that.
Yes.
Man.
Very lucky, very blessed for them. Like full. I didn't have to pay for anything. Wow. I just, I worked. They did make me work. Yeah, so they were like, we're going to pay for everything, but anything extra that you want, you're going to work and you're going to pay for it. So like shopping, all that stuff, I had to pay for that. But they're very big blessing.
Do you think that working helped with the experience portion? Because some kids, they go to college, that's all they're doing, right? They're not, you don't want them distracted. But there's something to be said about not just to help with the expenses, that's one thing, but the experience that you're acquiring. You're going through college, but you're also working, so you're not missing out on that the same as kids that only go to college.
So I think looking back, it keeps you out of trouble because college is fun. And there's parties every night.
Right.
And, it's very easy to kind of slip and not going to class in the morning because you're hungover or whatever it is, So what I really realized was that it kept me out of trouble, because I have to work. I have to go to class and then I have to work after class. So I don't want to go to school and, you know what I mean? So I think, and then it just teaches you how to be responsible and how to be set up for life,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think the biggest part about work too, like for me, is you develop that social encounter with people.
100%.
You deal with different characters versus the people you work with or people you're working around or if you're whatever department you're in. To me, I think that's the most important thing because you're just going to work with people that don't like you and you don't like them.
Yep.
Right? And how do we figure this out?
You have to learn that.
You have to learn how to deal with it.
And to me, like, that's so huge for someone to learn at a young
sometimes,
age.
and you've been through this, and I certainly have, is like you hire somebody fresh out of college that has an impressive resume, like from their college's degrees and all this stuff, and they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to interact with other people.
Yes.
Like, because the world is not about, if you're in a room, not everybody likes you, to your point. Some people don't like you. Sometimes it's you that don't like them. And you still have to work.
Yeah. Well, how can
and they don't know how to do that because they've never, they've been in the bubble of college.
Especially if you're their supervisor, how can I get this person who's not motivated to be motivated?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely. So,
that's a good
so I can assume right, you go to college, and this is just, we all, including myself, I didn't go to college. I was a big partier, but I was always a little bit more mature than my friends because I had a kid at such an early age. So I had to get a job. At what point did you get focused, right? Or was there ever a point where you're like, okay, all right, man, we need to stop? I'm not saying you party too much, but at what point are you saying, okay, I think at this point right here, I got to lock in. I got to get more serious, right? And start going forward the right way.
Yeah.
Right?
So for me, the biggest change was only 3 years ago. So I'm 40. I'm going to be 40 in December.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be December 24th. I turned 40.
Okay.
And 3 years ago, we were still having fun. So I had a pretty successful career at Bank of America.
Okay.
I was a loan officer, and I worked under wealth management the last 7 years there. But we were, Monday through Friday, it was very professional, very business, and then Friday through Sunday, I was like, party Cindy, like, let's go.
Till the wheels fall off.
We lived on the water. So it was lots of drinking on the boat and just partying. And, I would go to the gym and never see any results. And it was just this feeling hungover all the time. And just this cycle of like there has to be more to life than this. And I knew probably a few years back that me and alcohol never really, my body just didn't jive with it, and finally 3 years ago, I was like, okay, we had my daughter. She was, we had her what year was it? In 2018. Yes, 2018. And we had her through IVF.
Okay.
So so we tried to get pregnant for 5 years, and it didn't happen. So we went through IVF. So we had her, and still partying here and there. And there was one specific night that changed everything. That was my personal rock bottom.
Right on.
So we were out. My mother-in-law was watching her, and we were drinking. And my mother-in-law called me and said, Aubrey's really sick. She has 105 fever.
Oh, wow.
So, it was really, really late at night, and we were drinking. We were drinking. And so she brought her over, and I remember her being so sick, and I couldn't properly take care of her.
Right.
And I remember thinking, I prayed and cried to God, for so long to be able to have this miracle child, and I have her now, and this is how, that was it for me. Yeah.
Right on.
So I listened to Andy Frisella. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
Huge fan of his.
He tells you how it is, bro.
Yes. So he has a program called 75 Hard.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Yep.
Yes.
And I started that probably a week after that incident. And ever since then, like, my life has changed forever. Everything locked in. My fitness, my work, my discipline, my relationships. Like, it's crazy because my friend circle was huge. And then now it's like,
That's why I say it's lonely on the top.
Yep. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
that's what happened. That's my breaking point, my own personal rock bottom. Everybody has their rock bottom.
Everybody has a different
Everybody
one.
has their own story. That one, but that's mine.
So when you change, obviously you change your whole behavior and day-to-day kind of activities. Did your husband come along with it, or was it different times, or how did that work? Because you guys were partying together.
Yes. So that's honestly been it's been a challenge because he still likes to drink once in a while. We were never like huge. We wouldn't drink like on the week during the week or anything. It was on the weekends and stuff. But he still likes to have alcohol. Likes to drink some alcohol once in a while, and it's been a challenge, especially because I'm always on doing this 75 Hard program.
Yeah. And you don't drink at all.
Well, this year I have not drinking any alcohol.
Okay.
But since I started 75 Hard, I've cut back tremendously. Like the first year, I probably drank, I would say, about 5 times. Okay. And then last year, each year has been less and less. And this year I'm turning 40, so I told myself for my birthday, I'm going to just go 1 year with no alcohol at all.
Right on, dude.
So I don't even miss it at all.
So,
crazy.
So I got to ask you. So you did the first time you did the 75 Hard. Did you have to restart any time?
No. So the first
That's
time
impressive.
I did it all
I
the way through.
was reading it like, dude,
and
man,
and
that's
so hardcore too. Like Like,
Can you
Here.
explain what it is for people that don't know what it is?
yes. So 75 hard is you have to do two 45-minute workouts every day. One has to be outside. And that means if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's 110, that's the whole point. Like you have to go outside and work out. It can't be
Uncomfortable.
I was going to ask, can it be under a cover? It has to
No.
be in the open sky.
Yeah, well, you can have, he's open about like using an umbrella. He's like, that's not the point. The point is for you to be uncomfortable and still go do the thing, right? So you have to read 10 pages of a self-help book per day. So it can't be like fiction. It has to be something that's going to help you get to your goals, right? Drink a gallon of water a day. No alcohol, no cheat meals, and you have to pick one specific diet, whatever it is, depending on what your goals are. So he's not super strict on that, just whatever your goals are. And then
I'm getting anxiety just listening to you.
We're doing
That's
it.
hard, man.
yeah, you guys totally should. It's so good.
We should
I
do
love
it and document it.
That would be awesome.
Dude.
You guys should do it.
So what else?
Yeah.
And then progress picture every day. So those are the things. And if you miss one of those,
you got it.
you have to start
So
on
what
day
if I'm
one.
deadly sick and day 74, you got to start over?
Yes.
Yeah. 75 hard, bro.
Yep.
And then, so the workouts, what counts as a workout?
So he, what counts as a workout, you can do a walk counts. Yoga, he puts yoga in there.
So like I have 45 minute to an hour jiu-jitsu class. Is that a workout?
You know what? I believe it is. I think it is.
Because you told
I
me
have
about
to-
it last time we talked, and I've been looking into it, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, how do I fit additional workouts? But it's like, man, sometimes I do 2 hours of jiu-jitsu, and I was like, man, I don't know how I can do another 2 hours of workout.
One time I was so hardcore at this stuff. Like one time I had emailed their team to see, because I was going snowboarding all day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get up in the morning and do a workout, but because I'm going to go snowboarding, does that count? And they said no, because you're already planning to do that and it's something fun that you're going to do. So they told me no. So
Yeah.
do an extra workout afterwards.
Yeah. That's
So they're
crazy,
pretty,
dude.
it's pretty hardcore.
So are you doing it off and on throughout the year? Like, are you going like back to back to back to back?
No. So the first year I did the Live Hard program. So it's 75 hard. And then there's phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And
What?
and the phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 are only 30-day increments.
Oh, okay.
So it's 75 days, and then
Okay.
you can start phase. So you have to finish this within a year. So it's called the Live Hard program. So
makes sense.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh boy, I don't know.
But
so go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but I do it. I try to do at least the 75 hard part every year. But you got to keep your blade sharp. You know,
No,
you
100%,
gotta
100%.
you gotta stay on top. And anytime it's a cool program, because anytime I feel like I'm like slipping or whatever, I'm like, nope, got to get back on.
Right on.
And it just really gets you back on track.
Right.
So yeah.
So how does it feel? Like I did about 78 days with no alcohol. The first time ever in my life.
That's amazing.
I've been drinking alcohol since I was 8 years old, right? So I've had my rock bottoms, right? I've been, I've relapsed a few times here and there, but at this point in my life, it's a lot more controlled now, right? Where before I was drinking every day,
Yeah.
right? And I wasn't just drinking, I was drink to get drunk, right? But I really got more disciplined with myself, and I started working out a lot more now, right? Working out about 3, maybe 4 times a week. But those 70, after, I would say about the 55 day to the 78 day mark, man, I just started to feel like so much better. Like the anxiety was going away. I felt clarity, right? My brain wasn't racing as much, right? I didn't feel the pressure. I don't know if that makes sense,
It
right?
does, 100%.
And then when you feel like that and you're also working out, your body feels good. It's tight,
yes,
right?
yes.
You feel like you can go running,
Yep.
right? For you, how did you feel after accomplishing your first 75 hard, mentally and physically?
Honestly, it's crazy to say this, but you feel like you can literally do anything. Like you feel like unstoppable.
Right.
You just feel like, like to be able to do that for that long, right?
Right.
And to feel like just healthy and mental clarity and just the confidence that you get, because you're giving are keeping the promises that you make to yourself, right? So you just feel like, I don't know, it's the craziest feeling, but it's amazing. And that's why I'm like, I love it so much because every time you do it, you just get a little bit more confident and a little bit more, and a little bit more and more and more. And then, it's awesome.
So how did, like, for me, like my hardest part was it was just me against myself, right? Yeah. Right. Like, for example, waking up at 5 every day. And I don't sleep much to begin with, right? So I'm only like going on 3 hours maybe sometimes, right? But the hardest part for me was like, just sit your ass down, bro. You don't need it, right? You don't need this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Get back in bed, bro. You can lay down for another 2 hours. Get comfortable, right? The guys that I work out with, they call it the fart sack. Stay in the fart sack, bro. You're comfortable.
You know what Andy Frisella calls it, right?
No.
The bitch voice.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
He calls it the bitch voice.
So getting over that hump was like, motherfucker,
it's
bro.
Hard.
It's hard. So you feel the same thing too, right?
Still to this day. It's hard, It's like sometimes like I see Travis and Aubrey, they're sitting there and, watching Hocus Pocus the other night and by the fire all cozy. I'm like, fuck, I still have to go out for my walk. Like, God damn it. I just want to like sit down and chill,
So what does Coach tell you? What does Coach Travis tell you?
He thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, you're
he hasn't done it. Has he tried it at all?
He tried it. So he did try it, but he was going to Ireland for this huge golf tournament thing, this huge golf week. So he didn't end up like doing it all the way, but yeah, he
attempted
crazy.
It with you.
Yes.
So how do you navigate? Because the biggest excuse is like time. There's a lot of time, right? I mean, you're towards the end of the day, and you still have to have your 45-minute walk or workout or whatever you're gonna do.
Like at 1 o'clock in the morning, huh, girl?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do you navigate those? You just.
So it depends. So during the work week, it's a lot easier because we have our set schedules, right? We know when we're going to work. We know when the kids are going to school, when we got to pick them up, blah, blah, blah. The weekends are the hard days because the weekends when we have stuff to do and we're at a party.
And you got to fit that
and
party,
we got to figure it out.
Softball.
Exactly. Whatever it is. Yeah. So I have worked out at midnight. I've worked out, at 4 a.m. because I knew we were going somewhere. I've worked out in Vegas. I've worked out in Nashville. I've worked out, literally like this program, I make it happen no matter what. I've gone to the last week, the first time I did 75 hard, the last week, me and Travis went to Nashville of 75 hard. So I'm like,
oh shit.
Party City.
Yeah. So I'm like, Party City. And here I am waking up every morning. I woke up at like 4 a.m. Because I'm like, I'm not going to take the time away from him. Like, poor guy, like we're here celebrating. And so I would wake up super early, go get my workout in, and then figure out another time to work out, throughout the day. But
I can hear you. Hey, coach, 75 hard, man. I got to finish this shit, bro.
Yeah, they think I'm crazy. Him and my daughter would really make fun of me all the time.
I love it, dude.
But just, playing around. Yeah. But they're proud of me. I know they are.
Do you get your daughter involved with working out with you?
Oh, yeah. She works out with me all the time.
Right on, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Have you had other people in your circle that have done it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
so
really?
One really cool thing about, like, making this big change in my life is that it's a trickle effect, right? It's like a domino effect. Yeah. Everybody starts seeing like, whoa, like,
damn,
like
changes.
I want to do that. If she can do it, I can do it. You start really, everybody starts kind of like, even if it's not 75 hard, like for example, my mom, she doesn't work out. Like she started walking every day because of that. Dude. My dad, they start asking me questions about like, what should I eat or what kind of granola do I buy? And, people start asking you things and they start trusting you because they've seen it.
People.
Yeah. So it's
good
very
stuff,
cool.
Dude.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So you have a quote here. I want to read it to you.
Okay.
Right? I want to pick your brain about this one.
Okay.
You said, God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. What do you mean by that?
Like, that's my favorite quote.
How does that like...
I get the chills every time
like explain what it means to you, what it does to you, and how it inspires you.
So I love that quote just because I feel like there's little voices in your head that tell you something. Right. And, you always, and then there's another voice who says, no, like, you're not good enough and you're not this. And, it's so important to follow the good voice, because it's God telling you that's your purpose. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're meant to do.
Amen.
And you're never going to feel like you're ready. You're never going to feel like you're good enough. But I promise you, like, He will help you. And that's where I am in my life right now.
Absolutely. Right on, dude.
I left a corporate job and I started from scratch at nearly 40 years old.
Right.
And I'm making it happen, so
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
That you prove that it can happen. I mean,
Yeah.
So I gotta, there's another one I gotta ask. So you said you left the corporate job. When I talk to, when people, how can I put it? I have a lot of people who work in corporate positions right now that I know, right? But I see that they're capable of so much more, right? And when I talk to them, like, bro, you just burned, I call it burn the ships, right? When I decided to leave, like, I gambled on myself. Like, if this doesn't work, then I'm flipping fucking burgers at Burger King. I don't care. But I have to know.
Yes.
I have to know before I die that I tried, right?
100%.
And when I tell people that, they look at me like I'm fucking crazy, right? What got you to the, I mean, I know you talked about it a little bit, but like, at what point did it click in your head to say, you know what, dude, I've done this already, right? I want to try to do this other thing, right? Was there something that happened besides what you already talked about? Was there something at work or just the whole corporate vibe?
The whole corporate vibe was not me, it was very much, you were just a number,
Right.
and I hated feeling like that.
Right.
You're only as good as your last sale. You know what I mean? Like, you just, there was no purpose.
Fulfilling.
Like, it wasn't fulfilling. And there was a point where I made a lot of money, really good money. And it changed our life tremendously.
Right.
But there's no better feeling than knowing that you're out there hustling and you started from the bottom. It's like, there's no better feeling than knowing that you did that, like you went out and you got that, client you educated that client, you provided value, and now they're homeowners, first-time homeowners because of you, There's no better feeling than that. When I was at Bank of America, it was a great experience, right? I worked with a lot of very cool people. We're in wealth management. So got to meet a lot of really cool people, financial advisors that were very successful. But there was just something, I just didn't feel fulfilled. There was something missing and
something lacking in
something lacking. Yeah.
Okay.
And I hated going to work. And I'm like, it's not supposed to be like this.
You doing the 75 hard and getting this discipline, this new discipline that you were doing, got your mind to get to this point, or was it the other way around? Was it like your mind was already like looking for something and that's why you did the 75 hard? Or the 75 hard allow your mind to open and get to where you are now?
It's a very good question. I always knew that there was something missing. I just didn't know what it was until I did 75 hard. And then when I did 75 hard, that's kind of when I was like, wait a minute, like, you're meant for more. You're put on this earth for more.
You can do
it more, and that's really what, like, gave me the guts to actually get up and move, get up and do something about it, right? Everyone always complains, oh, I hate my job, I'm overweight, oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's like, get up and do something about it. Do something, like, don't just sit there and, and complain and dwell. It's like, get up. You got this,
You ever hear David Goggins?
Oh, yeah.
Who's going to carry the boat?
Who's going to carry the boat, baby? Get your ass up. Stop complaining. Stop being a bitch.
So if somebody's listening to this and they want to start 75 hard, give them 2 pieces of advice, like, to get started. Like, what would you tell them? So
stop being a bitch.
Talk to me. Yeah, exactly.
Give me some.
Yes.
I said it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Okay, so 2 pieces of advice I would give for someone that wants to start 75 hard. I would say, if you deal with any type of, not being confident enough or self-worth issues, that this program is going to be something that completely transforms your life in every way. It's just in every way. It's not just fitness, right? The fitness is just the cherry on top.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many other things that everyone's like, oh, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. Do you think I should do 75 hard? It's like, it's not a weight loss program. It's a mental toughness program is really what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it helps you to stop, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop making excuses.
I didn't do the 75. I haven't done it yet, but it's something I think I want to challenge myself to do. I was at 375 pounds.
Wow.
And one day I went to tie my shoe, right? And I almost passed out. And I got up and I told my wife, oh no, dude, there's a problem here.
Yeah.
Right. And I go to the doctor and doctor's like, yo, dude, you're not doing good, bro. Right. On top of that, I was doing a lot of other things I shouldn't have been doing. Right. But the first thing that I heard, I forgot the guy's name. He says the first discipline an overweight person needs to combat is the discipline with food.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You need to stop eating. You need to control that, right? Because I was so stressed out with all the businesses going on, the good things, the bad things, money, bills, robbing Peter to pay Paul. And my go-to was just alcohol and food, right? Because it would just relax my nerves.
Yep.
You're using it as a pacifier.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the first thing I did was like, all right, I just need to stop eating, right? I need to start fasting. Right. And I mean, every day I'd see somebody eating something. I'm like, oh my God, bro, I'm so hungry. But when I got over that hump, I was starting to do like 1 day fast. Right. And then I'd do a 2 day fast. Right. Then I'd do a 3 day. Right. And then when I would eat, I eat some vegetables and fruit. Now I'm down to 285 this morning. Right.
That's amazing. Congratulations. That's so great.
So I got to 300. I was like, okay, I can start running now, right? So I started working out little by little, and then here I am, right? Like slowly, but the number one thing that taught me was the discipline here, because at the end of the day, the one thing that my counselor told me, there's no magic pill anyone can give you, right? No, there's no fairy dust that they can sprinkle on you. It all starts right here, right, and it ends right there, right? Most people, and I'll be one of them, before get a little uncomfortable and they quit.
Oh yeah.
Because it's hard.
Yep. That was me my whole life until
You know what I'm saying? So I was bringing this to a point. God damn it. But I guess discipline is the point I was trying to make. Is I think most people have to discover discipline. And people say, well, I wake up every day at 5 o'clock, to go work out. Well, that's not really discipline, right? To me, I hate it at the beginning. I hated working out. Like, fuck, dude, like I can barely breathe. These guys are looking at me like this fat dude can't run, right? And then I hated it so much, I'm like, no, I got to stay locked in.
But that's why most people quit, because they're afraid what's on the other side. Yeah. So on the other side is either you failed or you succeeded.
Yeah.
And that's the part you're afraid of, right? Absolutely. It's like, I went through that with jiu-jitsu, like, and I still go through it, but like now I'm like at a point where I'm like, okay, well, I made it through almost 2 years. I can keep
getting
going
over that other side
But
now.
the scary part is like, well, what if I know I'm a bitch and I can't fight for shit? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It's scary.
Let's be honest, 100%.
Right? Like, I might find out something I don't want to find out. And I think that's the part, like, anytime I've stopped myself from doing something, that's really what it comes down to. Is like, I'm afraid to find out whether I have it or not.
Right.
And that's why a lot of people stop that. And that's why it's hard to keep those things. And you just got to say, screw it, let's find out. Yeah. Because either way, I think it's a learning opportunity. If you find out that was too hard for you, because the reality is, there's going to be things you come across that maybe it's not for you. Right. Right.
Exactly.
Like, you might be a good basketball player. That doesn't mean I can't put the effort, but I just might not be my thing.
Right.
But learning and being okay with what you find on the other side, that's the scary part. Sometimes,
Yeah.
Because if I do all the work and then, I'm still the same person because it finds out that was not the issue. That was just the excuse.
Yeah. I think for me, like, younger self, I was always working out. You catch me doing push-ups, sit-ups in the gym. Right, I was the captain of the football team. I was always trying to be the first one to finish all the laps, right, or encouraging all the players, right. And it's crazy because now that I finally got into that rhythm, right, all that all that personality, that go-getter, that I mean, I'm a go-getter when it comes to business, but when it comes to my physical health, I lost that for a little bit, right? So it's funny because that's starting to come back, and now it's like I'm combining it with the killer mentality with the businesses, and now it's becoming it's mixing with the physical part where I kind of feel like, damn, bro, this engine is starting to run now, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the cool thing about getting into shape and just getting disciplined.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I always tell the story. My mom and I would go to her house and we'd sit there and she makes amazing salsa. Oh. And we would just break out.
You didn't bring us no.
I know. Next time. We would bust out the salsa and chips, and just between me and her, I just finished the whole damn bag.
Easy money, dude.
It's like, it's so hard, but it's like once you get over that hump, you know, it's like I don't even eat chips and salsa anymore.
So check this shit out. I'm glad you brought that up. I saw this stupid ass TikTok, bro, where this girl gets a tortilla, right? And she cuts it up in 4 pieces, right? And then, you know, like me, I'll eat a whole bag of chips.
Oh, yeah.
But when she did it like that, I'm like, damn, dude, I ate like 10 tortillas right there.
Oh, yeah.
If you
with
really,
oil and
oil and salt.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, even when I go to I don't even eat the chips no more. Like keep the chips because I'll eat the whole thing.
That's me.
Bro.
I don't, when we go to Mexican restaurants, I just don't even eat chips anymore because that was my weakness is chips and salsa.
Easy money.
Oh, because you can you don't even think about it, especially when you're waiting for food. It's just kind of numbing.
Yep.
And then the chips that are curled and it looks smaller, but it's really a fucking, you know.
But I think also when it comes to...
I got issues, girl.
When it comes to food, it's also like in the culture, right? Like it's
huge, yes.
Oh, it's your birthday, let's take you out to lunch or to dinner. Like it's all related and really... I mean, food is a beautiful thing. And I think, you know, it has its place.
Yeah, no, bro, it's so
but it shouldn't be a reward system. And I think sometimes that's how we use it.
Well, exactly. In our culture, and alcohol too.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember like tequila shots, like...
Easy.
Growing up, my grandparents, everybody drank alcohol.
Everybody.
Like everyone.
When if you don't drink, everybody's asking.
Te duele la cabeza, ven pa acá.
Yeah, exactly.
Tómate algo aquí. It's some shit, bro.
Dude,
You're sick with the flu, take some tequila.
Yeah. Or if the baby's crying, ponle poquito tequila.
Yeah.
Y ya, you know, like all of a sudden the baby stops crying. Fucking baby's drunk. That's why you want to sleep, dude.
Crying.
And then you don't put the dots together until you get older. Like, well, no wonder, dude. All right. So, let's get into it. This is going so great, man. All right. So we're gonna move on to this one.
Okay.
In the simple terms, how do you help renters become homeowners? What's the first step? Let's get down to the nitty gritty on what you do.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so let's rock and roll.
So the first step, I like to do Zoom calls. So I really love interaction, like face to face. Zoom calls where you could see who I am. We're like big high tech right now. Everyone's trying to do everything through text and emails and phone calls, and I like to see who I'm talking to. Right. First of all, it's very important to me. Customer service, very important to me. But get them on Zoom call or whatever it is and just find out their situation, right? It's very important to find out exactly the details of, how much you're looking to put down, if they have anything to put down, because we have down payment assistance programs that can help with that. So just really finding out the background. They fill out an application, I collect documents, and then from there, I see what type of program can help them. And
how do you navigate that? Because, it's especially if you don't have your finances in place and you don't, it's an uncomfortable conversation to have with a stranger. So how do you navigate that? Where either I don't know finances or my finances are a mess and I'm having to, you basically are, you have to show all your cards.
Right.
Like, here's my game. Boom.
Yeah. I think it's important to talk to somebody because if you don't know, how are you ever going to get ready, right? So it's important to sit with somebody, to break it down. And it's also, I really want to say this because I think a lot of people are scared to talk to loan officers because they're not ready. And I think it's important to know that And I know there's tons of loan officers around this area, and I know that they are more than open to talking to people and giving them a plan, right? Here's what you need to do in 6 months. Here's what you need to do in a year for you to be able to qualify to buy a home in a year or whatever it is.
Right.
So I think that's really important to say, because people, like you said, it's an uncomfortable conversation to have, but if you don't have the conversation, how are you going to know?
You don't progress.
Right.
How often do you have a lot of people come to you that really don't even have a clue what they're doing? They want to buy the house, they just don't know where to even begin. How much money do I need to make, et cetera, et cetera?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, first of all, right now is really tough to be a homeowner.
Yeah.
You know, the interest rates are sky high.
We got spoiled with those interest rates.
Yes, we did. You know, the values
We should have bought 100 houses.
There's
Yes.
2.5% interest. Ain't happening anytime
No,
soon.
they're not, unfortunately. But, rates have come down a little bit, but the rates are high. The values of properties are high. So it's like for somebody to qualify, it's tough. You know, we're having moms, dads co-sign to be able to make it happen. You know, it's really tough right now. So, and another thing too, I feel like not a lot of people are educated in the sense of like, they don't know what type of programs we have, because we have tons of programs. And it's not just for, first-time home buyers. Like if you're a business owner, this is huge, because we have programs where, when you're a business owner, you're going to do everything you can to get those write-offs to not pay more taxes, right?
Absolutely.
Then it's a double-edged sword, because when you try to go get a loan, we go off of the bottom number. So we have programs now, like where we don't have to provide tax returns to our underwriters, which is huge.
What?
We can provide. We have a statement loan where we can provide 12 months business bank statements, and there's a certain calculation that we do where we see the money coming in and going out, and we give you a specific income from that money going in from 12-month statements. So we don't have to look at tax returns anymore. We have 1099 programs where we just look at your 1099s, profit and loss, where we just look at your profit and loss. So it's not, before it was almost impossible for somebody that owned a business that was just starting or that had,
like a freelancer or something.
Exactly. It was tough because, their tax returns, obviously they make more, but their tax returns don't say that they do. So then, they couldn't qualify.
What are the 2 or 3 biggest misconceptions that from people that come to you that you like, they're maybe they're thinking is going to be a certain way and it's not?
I would say that you need 20% down to qualify for a
common,
home.
huh?
Yes, people still think that, and that's. I mean, we have as low as 3% down. We have a program where it's a little bit tough to qualify for, but you put $100 down. But it depends on as income limits and stuff like that. But there's so many different types of programs. You don't need 20% down to put down on a home.
Such good information.
Yeah, and then also. That one, and God, I had another one on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember it now. Oh, credit scores, that you need to have perfect credit to qualify. Absolutely not. We have programs in the 500s that will still help qualify. Yes.
Obviously, the better credit, it helps you and stuff.
Exactly.
So this is not to say...
Exactly. Right. Yes. I mean, there's obviously, you're going to get a little bit of a higher interest rate, and same thing with those programs, with the for the self-employed clients. If we do use a 12-month statement programs, the interest rates are a little bit higher because they're not, conventional programs. So,
and then what are a couple of mistakes that you wish people wouldn't do before they come to you? Like, I'm assuming purchasing a big...
Yes. So purchasing a car,
right?
Co-signing with other people.
Oh, I didn't think of that. That's probably a huge one,
right? Purchasing a car, co-signing. What else? Gosh, I know I'll think of one when we're talking. I can't think of anything right now, but I would say that's the biggest thing. You don't realize how much, especially in these times, how much a $500 car payment can affect your approval.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, $500 car payment.
Yeah.
I trip out on that shit. Go off topic a little bit. Like, I heard this father and son talking at the grocery store the other day, and the son had to be 19, 20, 21-ish, maybe, probably younger than that. But he's like, yeah, I just got this job. I want to go buy the brand new Mercedes we're talking about.
Yeah. I know.
And I'm like, okay, Dad, this is where you tell them, get the funky chicken out of here,
no,
bro.
we ain't doing that. Nope.
No, no, Dad's like, okay, I think we can do it. I think you can pull it off.
Yeah, and it's probably like 60% of his income just for the payment.
And I wanted to run over there and just shake. I wanted to shake the dad's neck first. Like, bro, that's when you tell him, no, absolutely not, brother.
Yeah, but see, the problem is that, and the way I see it is, if you have a young adult that is having that mentality and talking to his dad that way,
where did he get it from?
This is a person that already lost the bottle.
Yeah.
Right? Like I always tell people that have young kids is like, yeah, all these things that they do is funny, and sometimes like, you laugh when they cuss and stuff. But the problem is that it's not gonna be fun when they're a young adult and you're having to deal with that. So this might be a person that already lost the battle, like if you're having that conversation. But that made me thought is like, so what about, because oftentimes when we're thinking about home ownership, we're thinking about, people in their 30s and their 40s and up, right? But what do you tell a person in this situation, a kid that could afford a $2,000 car payment, that might be doing that, like, so why should they buy a home when they're young versus wait until later in life?
Oh, gosh. I mean, good debt and bad debt, right? Good debt, buy a home, it appreciates in value, Bad debt, you're just literally, just, you're giving money away. Yeah. The car is depreciating in value.
As soon as you leave the...
Exactly. Yeah. I mean... Oh, that's the toughest one, is when I pull the credit and there's like a $1,200 car payment. I'm like,
why did you do that, bro?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're a Latina woman in a field still kind of largely dominated by men, right? How has that shaped your experience and leadership style? Right? Do you feel like you have a disadvantage with that? Or do you think that's an advantage for you? Or how do you approach that? Or do you even experience that? Right?
You know what? I think it's an advantage, because I feel like, sometimes it's easier to talk to a lady about your financials, and you feel more comfortable, and we come off a little bit more personable. Yeah. So I think it's an advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, especially with the Hispanic community, it's like a lot of the times they only want to work with Hispanics because they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And, as somebody that can, if they don't speak perfect English or whatever it is, they find out I speak Spanish, and immediately they're like, oh yeah, can you help us? And
absolutely.
So yeah.
Right on, man.
So
that's great. What do you wish more women, especially moms, knew about using real estate as a wealth building tool?
There's just so many benefits.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but like most of us, right, including myself when I was a lot younger, it was, you're never going to buy a house. You'll never be in that position, right? Even if you start to develop to get into that position, you're just very naive to everything, right? Do you still experience that with some of these people a lot?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yes.
How do you go about educating them?
I mean, how awesome is that, right? To be a single mom or a mom, and like how empowering is that to own a home?
Absolutely.
Right? I actually just, and this isn't a younger, she was actually in her 60s, and she was a first-time home buyer.
Oh, wow.
And she was a single mom and first time buying a house. And it was just so emotional, because she was like, people told me I couldn't do this. People told me I would never own a home. And look at where I am, with your help and your guidance and those type of moments. It's like, this is what it's all about. That's when it's all worth it.
How does that make you feel? Like being able to say, I helped her accomplish something people told her that was impossible to do.
Yeah.
Right? I can't imagine the feeling you go through. Just
Oh, it's amazing. It's like, smiling from ear to ear, after that appointment. I remember getting in my car and saying, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be, because of that,
That's awesome.
At Bank of America, it was great, but it was just a different type of clientele. And again, referrals were handed to me.
Right.
So it's just different now because, you work so hard to, get people to trust you and when somebody does with such a big purchase. I mean, this is like the biggest purchase in somebody's life,
Yeah.
It's just completely different.
With Bank of America, were you also having to put yourself out there as much like on social media and stuff, or is this more?
Yeah,
Because I saw the video you posted, the reel when you told everybody that you were leaving Bank of America and this is your new journey. And it was actually, I watched it several times because it reminded me of some of the first videos we did on the podcast. And I can tell you were nervous.
So nervous.
Right? And it was
so nervous.
It was like, but it also like, you should watch it.
I'm going to watch it now.
You can tell this is a person changing their life in that video.
Yeah.
And it's a short little video.
You know what's so weird? I got so many views on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I got so many views on that
Because
video.
it's super genuine. Like I don't know, you just have to watch it. Like when you're watching, obviously I knew who you were and I was researching you.
Right.
But like it just caught my eye because I was like, wait, this is such a
Pure.
and it's such a cool moment that you have recorded.
Yeah. I want to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. That was over a year ago. Now I want to go watch it again. Yeah.
Damn. So you've been rocking and rolling though. Have you been having a lot of ups and downs?
Oh, lots of ups and downs.
So let's talk about some of the downs, Right? Because a lot of people, including myself, we forget to talk about, man, it's a struggle.
It's
right?
a struggle.
A lot of people they like, oh, well, I had an employee tell me, you will never understand what it is to suffer, bro. And in the back of my head, I wanted to beat the brakes off of him.
You have no idea.
No idea.
Yeah.
Boy, when you're at home sleeping and you're nice and cozy, my ass is still working, bro.
But it's also like this whole social media thing, right? Like it's like we're posting the good part, right? Like the clips are curated to show you this thing, right? But like we're not posting when our kid is having a meltdown, where we're having a horrible day, when we just don't feel like working out. There's not many posts of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are some of those?
Yeah, what are some of those? Like,
Okay, you guys got like 3 hours.
Yeah, girl, we're gonna exchange war stories like Tupac said.
Oh my gosh, it's a different type of hard.
Yeah.
Like it is a grind 24/7. Especially with being the mom, a mom, and being, my husband owns a business as well, and he works in Lathrop. So I take Aubrey to school and pick her up. My mom helps me a lot too, but it's a constant trying to figure out what's working and what's not working. A lot of trial and error. A lot of, the ego gets
yes.
a lot,
The insecurities.
Yeah, the insecurities.
Did I make the right move?
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, I've been pouring myself into even realtor partners,
Right.
And why are they wanting to work with somebody else when I'm over here providing value, doing everything I can, and they don't trust me? Why? Like what, just the constant, just like, am I good enough? Should I have it is like a total mind. Yes.
Yeah.
Big time.
Funky chicken, damn it. Yeah.
Yes. Even to losing deals to other lenders and you work so hard, losing deals to other lenders because they have, something that we couldn't offer or whatever it was, or they went to a new build and you've been, educating for a year, and the new builds, they offer a lot of incentives.
Yeah.
And for me, it's always like whatever is best for the client, that is what they should do all the time, 100% of the time. But those sting because it's your, it's
because you're not getting paid into the deal closing, so you're still putting all this work. And if it was a year,
exactly, the working on the weekends, the time away from your family. People say that you need balance, and there is no balance when you're starting a business. There's no balance. There is no balance when you're starting a business. There is no such thing. So working in
And it's a lot more pressure too, because you're the mom, you know, and you got the baby, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, that's rough, man.
Yeah. Lots of ups, but I mean, lots of downs, but lots of ups too.
So when you're going through those downs, is there anything that you do in particular to help you snap out of it?
Yep.
Right, because there's been a lot of times for me, I'll be very heavy. Like there's times where I would get so stressed out, you know, and I'm like not depressed, but just going down that hole. Like,
and it's so easy
worth it, bro.
to go down the hole.
What the hell are you doing? What's gonna happen?
How do you catch yourself? Because sometimes for me, is like I wish I can catch myself sooner.
Oh yeah,
right. Because if I catch myself, then I can act. But sometimes it's like, oh shit, I've been doing this for 3 days. Like what the heck?
Yeah.
Like,
the problem is it's so easy to get sucked in, and then so easy to get out. I mean, so hard to get out.
Yes.
Right.
You're like stuck in this downward, and you're like, what can I do? So the thing that I do is, I feel it, first of all, because it's important to feel it, right? Feel whatever you're feeling.
right.
You know, be happy or sad, whatever the situation is, be happy or sad, but go back to work. Because even the happy times, nothing's ever going to stay up here.
No.
So you don't want to go through these, you know, like
Everything must end, even the good times.
exactly.
Good
So
or
it's
bad.
so important to like feel the feeling, feel it, and then get back to just your grinding, you know? So another thing that I do is I write down things that are good for your soul. So what is something that you know, no matter what you're doing, whatever it is that makes you feel happy, write them down. And when I feel like I'm stuck, I do those things as much as possible. And you'll be surprised how much you get out of that. You get out of that
So
negativity.
you're writing down on the when things are going good, you write these things down.
Yes.
So that when things are not going good, because obviously if things are not going good, you might not have good things to write down.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
When things are going good, like what is good for your soul? You know, some of mine are, you know, listening to music with my daughter in the car and just singing with her, you know. We even just little things like going to Target. She likes to get her little pizza and I get my Starbucks, and we like to go shopping. Like that stuff makes me happy. It's the little things like that. It doesn't have to be something.
Moms
you know,
are so badass. I can tell you honestly, my respects. And like every time, like when Erin's going through some stuff, she goes through the same stuff, and it's like her kids.
Yeah.
And I'm so fucking selfish. It's like, oh, what do I like? Like, you know, my list is all about me. It's just you guys have like this, you know.
Yeah. Another one is a badass just workout. Just
I was just gonna
go
say,
in there and
that was
coach.
my next question.
I have my coach. I go to Syndicate Training Compound in Oakley, and it very much goes along with like the 75 hard. Very much discipline. Very much his tagline is disrespect your excuses.
Ooh.
So it's so good, so good.
I'm gonna steal that one.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'm gonna steal that one. I like that one.
But
That's a bar right
Disrespect your excuses.
Disrespect your excuses. That's his handle on Instagram. Yeah. But yeah, just he has some killer workouts. And, yeah.
Right on.
Anytime.
And it helps you get out of that hole.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
And how important is it your spouse during those times?
So important. You know, marriage I think is extremely important, because when you have your downs, you know, there's somebody that should be able to pick you up, and same and vice versa, right? When he has his downs, you gotta. What's something I heard that when you're not always going to give 100%, but that's when, you know, your
so
spouse
like,
can like,
that's
you
why
might
there's
be
the
able
life
to,
balance, right?
Yes.
Like when you're not at your 100, if you're only putting 60, well, that's when she steps in, puts 40% and helps you. Yeah, and vice versa.
Yes.
And sometimes, to be honest, you might only be putting 5%. And
100. Yeah.
The other person has to carry.
Yep. You know, you bring up a good subject. I want to hear from a woman's angle. How important is it to make sure you marry the right person? Right? I mean, because I've been around relationships where like, ooh, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Right? Or you know, it's just something, you know, like, or you see one person who's doing so well and the other person's such the opposite, and they're pulling them down, right? How important is that from a woman's angle?
I think that's probably the most important decision you can make in your life.
I would agree.
100%.
Right.
Because, you know, and there's always ups and downs in marriages, right? It's just normal.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have their ups and downs, but it's when, and the funny part is you're not the same person. You change.
Yeah. Right.
And then your spouse has to fall in love with that person that's changing.
And vice versa.
So it's tough, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that if you have somebody that respects you and that believes in you and that has your back and they do, then I think that, you know, you've really hit the jackpot because there's nothing better than to have that support system.
I think that needs to be talked about more with the young adults, because the reality is, like, oftentimes young adults are just is lust, right? You're just looking for looks and and yeah, that's all great, but that's not really what's gonna get you through the years. That's not what's gonna get you through the bad times. Like the way he or she looks doesn't matter when you're going through shit. Like that.
It's 100% true. It's 100%
you know?
true.
It's like when you're going through really tough times is what's in here that you need from the other person.
Yep.
You know, you need their compassion.
Yes.
You need their support. Like, that's what's important. And I don't think, certainly in my circle growing up, everybody would definitely tell me marry somebody good looking, but nobody ever told me, you know, marry somebody that is a good person. You know, I tell my kids, I don't care who you guys marry, but this person cannot be stupid. And they gotta be funny.
That'd be funny?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yes, I love
if they
that.
don't have a humor
No.
and they're stupid, and I'm sorry, I know that's funny, but there's a lot of stupid people.
I agree. There is. I agree. It's true.
So, and you can ask.
Common sense ain't so common these days.
Those
man.
two things is like, from there on, I don't care
Yeah.
what the political ideology is. I don't care what religion. I don't care what color they are. Just make sure they're funny, because we're gonna make fun of them.
Yeah.
Because we're Latinos,
Exactly.
right? Latinos, like, they're gonna have, like, all my kids have several nicknames. Like, they know. That's and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
He calls me handsome, so.
yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's hold on. So let me move on to this next one. I saw right here. I think you said it already, but I just kind of want to go back to it. Like, what's the most rewarding part of handing over the keys to a first-time home buyer? Right? Like being able to, like, man.
Yeah. Just knowing that they're starting their generational wealth, you know, that I helped be a part of that. That's it's the best feeling. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's their future, you know, and I'm, you know, and when somebody chooses me, I mean, it's an honor.
Absolutely.
And, you know, so that's,
I'm going to throw a curveball at you right now.
Okay. I'm scared.
If you could be any animal in this world, what would you be and why?
An animal.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm curious.
An animal. Probably a lion.
A lion.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
A lion.
A lioness.
The king of the jungle.
That's right. Why?
Or the queen of the jungle.
The queen of the jungle.
Why would you say that?
I don't know, just the leadership, you know, being able to be a good influence and protect and just be just a good, you know.
Well, it's very fitting because
leader.
Yes, provider, leader.
Predator when you need to turn it on.
Yes.
Well,
and strong
with
mentally.
lions, like, the lionesses are really the ones bringing home the bacon.
Yes.
Like, they're the ones out there doing their thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other guys are just fucking
sleeping.
They look scary.
Right on, man. That's cool. One more.
Yeah, okay.
If you could have any superpower in this world, what would it be and why?
Oh, superpower?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Superpower.
I mean, for example, some dude said, to be invisible at the right time.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right?
We've had quite a few good ones.
I know, dude.
Superpower? Gosh,
Yes.
I've never thought about this. This is so good. Superpower. Oh, I know. To be able to go back in time, like the time machine. and to go
okay.
fix, something, and I don't know,
Yeah.
to be able to go back and fix the world somehow.
If you can only
Okay.
go back or forward, which one would you choose?
Ooh.
To go back or forward?
Yeah, so you can either go in the future or you can go in the past, but you can't do both.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I think maybe the future. I don't know, because I love the things that I've learned in my life.
Right.
So I don't want to erase any of that.
Yeah.
So maybe the future, I would say.
I would pick the future too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So one more.
Okay.
This one I'm very curious. If you won $100 million right now, what are the first three things you'd do with your money? Not buy, but do with it, or buy whatever.
That's a really hard question. I still don't know. The first thing that popped into my head, just like no questions asked, is pay off my mom's, my brother's mortgages.
Right on.
Everybody pay off our mortgages. And then donate some of it, because that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money.
Donate some of it. Breast cancer, some breast cancer. A family member, my Aunt Gina, died of breast cancer. So that's something that's, near and dear to my heart. And then just I'd want to do something to help educate and provide value. So whatever that was, depending on, whether it was like, I don't know, to create some kind of
foundation or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
So
All
that's
good.
a tough question.
Good, it is, right?
That's a tough question.
It makes you think like,
Yes,
hold on, bro.
like
that's pretty big,
Yeah. Like if you told me, 5 million, I'm like, okay, I know. 100 million.
100 million, yeah. It makes you
That's a lot of
think.
money. All right, I got last one on the curveballs.
Okay.
If you had to identify with any character in a movie, who would it be and why? Like you can probably if you can say, okay, that's the closest person to who I am.
Oh.
Right? In a movie.
Oh my gosh, that's really hard.
Yeah, I don't know that I would.
Or
have
TV
somebody.
shows.
TV
or whatever.
shows. That's a really hard one, especially because I don't really watch. I mean, I watch a lot of Disney movies with my daughter right now. So, gosh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that one. What about you?
Me? Man, I don't know, man. I'm like at a cross between Scarface and
Scarface.
or El Guapo.
I was thinking, was it the Looney Tunes? What's that? No, what's that dog? You know what I'm talking?
Which one? Taz?
There's the one that
dog.
Taz
See,
maybe.
this guy's rough, bro. Never give me any love, man.
That is funny.
or Speedy Gonzalez, big-headed cousin.
That is funny.
That's messed up, bro.
I'm gonna have to make that ChatGPT. Speedy Gonzalez with a big head.
With the big
That
head.
is
I can live mama knows, goddammit. Man, this has been a great conversation. This has been a great conversation so far, dude.
I have another question. This one's not as, but it's more like, okay, look in the camera, and 10 years from now, what would you wish you accomplish? What would you hope you are in your life? Basically, you're looking in the mirror and sending yourself a message in the future.
Oof.
10 years from now.
And then we're gonna play this back when you come back in our fancy studio once we have millions of followers, and play this back to you.
Dude, that is a really good idea. That's really, really good. Oh man. 10 years from now. So 10 years, who am I in 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the
Your
things
hopes for you.
want to have accomplished, you know, everything. Talking to yourself.
Cindy. First of all, I want to say that I'm proud of you for working your ass off and making it happen. Look what you've done. Look where you live. Your daughter is a beautiful, respectable young woman. You're still married to your husband after 20 years, and you have made such an impact with your health and your fitness, and you have put so many people in homes and educated and provided value with, you know, building generational wealth, whether it was for, you know, people looking to buy investment properties to, yeah, all of that. And I'm proud of you, and that's it.
Good
That's
stuff,
great.
dude. That's
That's
great.
great.
That's great. That's great, man.
We'll play it back to you.
And
Yeah.
you're going to be the #1 loan officer in California.
Hey,
There we go. Hey, that line
That's
came
what
out
I'm-
right there. You saw that? Your eyes
hold on,
changed.
hold on. Shit. She walked away and said, hold on, let me
Wait a
take
minute,
another
that
bite.
was a good
Ah,
Nice.
don't forget that shit. Goddamn it.
And you're going to, wait, I'm not done.
Go ahead.
And then,
And you're going to speak on stages. You're going to speak on stages,
I can
and you're
see
going to
that.
motivate, and people are going to be inspired by you, and you're going to make a big difference in this world.
let's go.
That's
Let's
beautiful.
go, girl. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what gets me going, man.
Yes.
Let's do it. You know, it's funny, like, I never like saw that, right, for myself, but like the last year, 2 years, like a lot of people are telling me, like, dude, you need to get on, right? And then all of a sudden, I get a phone call from San Diego, like, hey, we're having a business seminar here in your old neighborhood, and we'd love for you to come down here and be a speaker, right?
That's amazing.
And that was like, to me, it was, you know, there was like 50 people in there, but it felt really good. Like, man, I'm actually like, I'm from here. I survived it. I left, right? And I'm coming back, bringing value and educating people that if I can do it, you can do it.
Yes.
Right? And then fast forward the next year, right? I get invited to go speak to this Each One Teach One conference in Sacramento, right? And it was just really cool to be able to just give back to people in that way,
Yes.
like my experiences. And then San Diego calls me again, and now it's like double the size of the last class, right?
Yeah.
And just giving back, man, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're
That's a
gonna do it.
gift, though. I mean, I
Thank
could see
you.
that. I could see that with you too. You know,
Thank
you have
you.
this like very vibrant,
Thank
great
you.
energy. You know, so I could definitely.
We're
Yeah.
gonna do it together
Let's
one
go.
day.
I'm down.
We represent. We're gonna
Ready.
represent. You know what I'm saying? We're representing Brentwood,
Yes.
baby. Man, that's awesome, dude.
So cool.
And so that was a beautiful message you sent yourself and your future. But obviously, you know, the last 3 years, you know, you've made a huge change. So what's the most, like looking back, you know, looking at your story backwards, it's something we learned from one of our guests we had here. What is the thing that makes you most proud of yourself over the last 3 years, which is when you started your journey?
Just that that I believe in myself now. That I had a very I had a beautiful childhood, but I don't know why. I just was my self-worth, and I just didn't believe in myself. You know? So I think that's what I'm most proud of, that I believe in myself. And
Absolutely.
that I there's like, with everything in my being, I know that I'm gonna be successful.
Let's go.
And you know, I never had that before. So that's definitely that's
awesome.
what that's my biggest thing I feel proud
You know,
of.
you said something that struck a chord with me right now. It because I have kids. You have a daughter, and you had a good life. You know, it sounds like you had amazing parents. Your parents sound amazing.
Yeah.
But you still felt that way. So, is there something that you consciously think about, like things to do or say, or to make sure that your daughter? I mean, we can't protect them from everything. But I struggle with that sometimes because, like, I feel like I'm providing a way better life, and not just financially, but I'm providing a safer space for my kids to grow up than I had. But then sometimes I see them, you know, still go through some of those struggles. I'm hoping that not the same as me. But like, what can you do, or is it something that you actively think about? Like, okay, I want to make sure that she knows X. You know, that is actually said out loud. Because sometimes as parents, you don't think about unless you're actually thinking like, oh, they need to hear this from me. is not a given, even though it should be a given.
Right. I think the biggest thing, and now that you're saying that, it's all kind of, I think the biggest thing is not caring what other people think, the opinions of others. I mean, that will literally cripple you. That crippled me my entire life.
Most kids.
The people pleasing, the wanting to be cool, the wanting to be liked, the bending yourself to be able to, have everyone else like you for you to fit in.
That's the source of most of my anxiety going on.
Yes.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah. So I think now, it took me 40 years, but I'm just glad that I got here because many people, even older than me, still deal with that.
Yeah.
They're just caring so much about what other opinions of others.
Yes.
And once you break free of that, it is the most freeing, most beautiful feeling in the entire world.
And how did you teach that to your daughter?
I mean, I tell her all the time, be yourself. Just because it's somebody, just because like 90% of the people want to do something, if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. You don't follow the crowd. You follow what is true to you. You be authentic to who you are always.
Right on.
I always tell her that. That's huge.
It is huge.
Yeah.
And I think more kids need to hear that. And letting them be their own selves. Sometimes, we were just having this conversation. Sometimes it's tough because, like my 14-year-old, like I always tell him, is like, as long as you be respectful, you should always speak your mind.
Oh yeah.
And I think that is a thing that we should all strive. That's a thing that we should be teaching our kids.
Yeah.
But it's a hard thing to parent. A kid that speaks their mind.
Yes, it is.
And so is that balance where growing in a Latino family, like sometimes they dull your will, right? Because they want compliance. And so is a really, because I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure you are a good human that like follows whatever rules of society and stuff.
Respects
but there
everything.
is,
don't question things.
Respect your elders.
I mean, that was the biggest thing growing up.
Oh,
is like I had the personality that my oldest has, where I wanted to question everything. You know me, like I fucking, if I have something to say, I like to say it, and I have very unique thoughts about things. But I grew up being told like, you do not talk to your, like, don't talk to your elders. Don't question them. Whatever they say, it goes. And I've always had like, why? And that was not a good thing. And so understanding that, I think it needs to be thought more and talk about with your kids more often about that specific thing, because, being unique is not just about how you dress or how you look. That has the least of, I told my kids, it's like, have unique thoughts. Like that is a very important skill. Oftentimes right now, the politics are everywhere.
Yes.
Right? And, my 14-year-old, and sometimes even, my 10-year-old, they'll come home and they'll make a comment like about some sort of political thing going on. Pick one. Like, oh, we were talking and so is this or whatever. And I always they always like, why you get so fired up? Is because I don't want you guys just to repeat what you're hearing.
Yes.
I want you to have a unique thought. And if you're really interested, let's look into it.
Let's educate ourselves.
But don't just say what you told me and then I repeat it and then I comment. It's like, no, they know, like if they bring something, I'm gonna challenge them. Why are you saying that? Why is that guy a bad person? And they're like, what do you mean? That's a bad person. And I'm like, but why? Like, if you can't articulate it, don't repeat it.
Yep.
Right.
Educate yourself. So
I think, I mean, for me, just really quick, like, just like you, I got to the point where I burnt the ships where I believed in myself. So that's like one thing that I really, once I don't know, I can't explain it, but once I reached that certain, like something went off inside my brain. Like, bro, no, bro, you can do this.
Yes.
You can do anything, right? You can do this, you can do that. So what I then started doing with my daughters is, you got to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You believe you can, right? And even when you can and you fail, you get up and try again,
Yep.
right? Fall down 7, get up 8,
Yep.
right? And what I really started doing with Camila, the 7-year-old, is I started doing the I ams with her in the morning.
Oh, I love that.
Right,
The affirmations.
Yeah,
like,
I say I get her and I hold her and we're looking in the mirror together and like repeat after me, like, I am strong, I am brave, I am wise, I am smart, right?
I love that.
All that, and it's crazy because like I'll see her with some other kids and like they'll be arguing or whatever, and she's like, I believe I can do it, I know I can do it. And I'm like, that's
like,
my
yes.
girl.
That's like the best thing in the world.
Oh, I love
right?
it. That's so
right. And then you
yeah.
hear other kids say, I can't, and she's like, well, how do you know you can't do it if you don't try? And that's coming out of her mouth. And I'm
That's the best.
let's go, dude.
That's the best.
Yeah, man. It's just, and then the other one, like you said too, like most kids, most of us, we worrying about what everyone's going to say, what everyone's going to think.
It's not
Right.
just kids either. It's grown.
Yeah, and then you
everybody.
get older and then it's adults, right? What are they all going to say? What are they going to think?
One of the main things too is like on social media. I mean, you guys know, you guys post on social media.
Yeah.
People are terrified to post. People are terrified to
is
talk
true.
online.
Yes.
And it's like,
Yes.
put me on.
Yeah.
Put me on.
Yeah,
Like,
put me on, man.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
And
No.
it's like, it's
That's
like,
another level of like,
yeah,
what I'm
it's like,
saying?
yeah, I might say, I might mess up on a word. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
kiss
but
my ass.
But it gets better
Yeah.
as you do it, because I can tell you,
Exactly.
I was terrified. You tell me at the beginning of
He
this
was
year.
a scared rabbit.
yeah.
Yeah, because like my
But now
anxiety
he's
would just
kicking
get,
ass. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
because I can't take it back.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like to leave voice messages. I hate it.
Because you can't take it back.
I hate it.
Kiss my ass, bro.
And so it's actually been a really interesting.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit off camera, but I actually grown through these 29 episodes we've done in ways that I was not expecting, because it's challenging my beliefs constantly, right? And
Hold on. Do you see how like I helped him grow and I'm pushing him and all this shit, but he constantly puts me down. You see, that's some messed up shit.
oh, you need a hug?
I'm proud of you, bro.
Pobrecito.
Serious shit, man. I'm very proud of you, dude. I'll tell you in
but that's
front of everyone,
amazing,
man. That's
right?
amazing.
And then every time it gets easier
Yeah,
and
it
easier,
does, it
and you get
does.
more comfortable, and it's more natural. And people left and right are like, "Oh, like you sound like so good on camera." I'm like, "I do," like, but you just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
And you just-
I got
you
to the
just be
point where I
you.
just say, I know, huh?
To me, like in this environment, it's not terrible anymore. Like I get, because I just think like I'm having a conversation. I'm
Yeah.
asking you questions that I'm truly interested in. Like I'm
Right.
not bullshitting.
Right.
It does get, and I'm getting better, but when it's like just me and the camera and nothing else, it does get a little bit more intimidating, because it's like, I don't know, it's just more.
It's just you, like
it's just
there.
me,
Yeah.
right? But it's getting better, and I'm trying to do it more and more and more and more.
On
Yeah.
top of that, you ugly, bro. Don't
Yeah,
do
well.
that. No, I'm
Hey, it makes you look better, dude. That's the best thing I do.
Thank you, goddammit. Just one quick question a quick message to a young Latinas out there, right?
Yeah.
Man, I wish I should have wrote this one down. But the kid asked me a question, like, in a nutshell, a message you can get across to that young Latina that is going through the struggles in classes, right? Parents aren't doing the greatest, right? What kind of message can you give to that young girl to stay positive, right? Everything that you've learned at your 40 years old, try to get her to learn it at her 13-year-old.
Somebody that doesn't
Right.
have confidence,
That's
doesn't
not
believe in
confidence.
herself.
Just kind of look into a camera if you can just talk to.
So
that
like to the
woman.
old version of me.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Like, what kind of message can you give them to, like, everything that you learned to this point, try to get them to shortcut it.
Yeah.
Right? Like I told my kids, like, everything I've learned to this point, I want you to learn it now. You're 7, you're 18, you're 20. My son is 29. What I've learned to this point, I want you guys to learn it right now.
Yes.
So by the time you're my age, you're not going through this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Come on, girl.
All
Take
right.
us home. Take us home.
Man, that's a hard one. That's like an emotional one because that's like, that was me, you know, like just super insecure and didn't believe in myself and just wanted to follow, people pleaser, wanted to follow the crowd, you know.
Yeah.
It's a big change.
Big change.
Yeah. Believe in yourself. Don't care what people think. Don't care about the opinions of others. Know your worth. Work really, really hard, and you can have whatever you want. Truly, whatever you want in life. If you work hard and you believe in yourself, that's work and discipline. Those are the two things that you need to be successful in this world.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's
beautiful. Man.
Well, what's in this was specific to that, but what's the final message you would like to leave to all the listeners out there? Maybe somebody that's ready to change their life in any way. What will be a final message you can leave them?
Final message to homeowners or just anybody?
Just everybody. Anybody that wants to change their life in any way.
Okay. I would say that you can start at any age. That it doesn't matter if you're 6 years old and want to change, that it's possible, and that really, truly, if you really put your mind to something and you work really hard and believe in yourself, anything is possible. So,
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then so what's next for you? Where can we find you? How can we get a hold of you?
Yeah. How can we direct everyone to you? Asking us for your help.
Yes. So my Instagram handle is at fit.to.fund. So get it fit to fund, my fitness and my home loans. At fit.to.fund. And then also, I mean, that's probably the best way to get a hold of me, or my cell phone number, you know, my phone number. Also, I just recently started a networking group.
Okay.
It's called Elevate. So we are going to be having a new meeting in January. We just had one recently in October.
Okay.
But it's all just real estate professionals. So we're trying to just, you know, get everybody in the same room, like-minded individuals who want to grow and learn and just get that networking
That's just
going.
for real estate people, not crazy people like me.
So any type of real estate. I mean, we were gearing it more towards you know, real estate, whether it's home loans, real estate agent, even investors, commercial real estate, anything that has to do with that.
Oh, right on.
So yeah, we just started. Me and my partner Rob just started it. Our first one was October 2nd, so we're gonna have another one in January.
And you guys are gonna have a separate page for that, or is it gonna be?
It's just starting right now. So yeah, I'm sure we're gonna start. We're gonna have a separate page, but for right now, it's all through my Instagram.
Yeah. When you guys get it going, the next one, send us the link so we can post it too.
Yeah, we'll
so
post
we can
Perfect.
help make some more awareness on our end.
Yes, that would be great.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, right on. Well, you guys know what time it is. Like, follow, and subscribe. Please make sure to leave us a comment. This was a great conversation. Thanks for the time.
Thank you both so much for having me.
Did you have fun?
I had
Good
a
one?
blast.
Yeah. First podcast.
I feel like I just got here. Like I've been gone forever.
And the
like,
door is always open. We'd like to have you back
fast.
maybe next year.
Definitely.
That would be awesome.
Definitely. Part two. Part two coming up. Right?
go.
Hey, believe in yourself.
Yes.
Burn the ships. Don't care what no one thinks. Whatever's in your heart, if as long as it's good and you're going to do the right thing, you're going to help people, point them in the right direction. The roots of ambition, we are out.
Awesome.
Let's go, baby. So we got a lightning round for you.
We got a few more
questions.
It starts with the fire you can't ignore. A whisper that says you were made for more. No, so we ask the questions nobody asked, peeling back layers behind the mask.